So I decided to come on here to talk about energy blocks and how they impact us. So I'm here with my solar plexus glasses, yellow glasses against a green wall. How fantastic, right? Anyway, so I've got different colors of these that I wear. So at the moment, I'm helping calm my solar plexus down, and I'm just loving these yellow glasses. I can't remember who recommended them, but I'll find out. Anyway, so I'm here to talk about energy blocks and how they can impact us in quite strong or subtle ways. Um, but they tend to show up in how we relate to each other and how we relate in our business. And sometimes what we are carrying is one of the characters on the drama triangle. And remember I spoke about this before, about my drama triangle, not realizing where I was on that triangle. And I noticed working with clients how it's mirroring how we can be on that triangle without realizing it. And it's not until we have the space to breathe, the space to process, the space to let things come up, and somebody that guides us through that, just to witness it with a non-judgmental attitude or non-judgmental energy. Can we show up? Our vulnerability show up, our fear show up, our concerns show up, in a space that can be healed. Now, you can do this obviously in other ways, with external things, but there's nothing more sweeter when you're in the presence of somebody and you're actually going to that space in a really safe way. And the reason why I say safe is because a lot of the times it's not our human self that feels unsafe, it's that inner child that feels unsafe. And so instead of us calling out a dynamic, we're trying to protect it. And it's not until the right questioning or the right circumstances can allow us to reveal that inner feeling. And this is where the unconscious competence comes in, because the part of us that now feels trust is able to bring up that thought that is buried deep within us, and with the right questioning, with the right dialogue, with the right space, like I said before, that's the only time this stuff can be revealed. So if you want to know what you're thinking, look at the dynamics that is bringing up. Look at the people that you're facing. Look at who's in your life that is irritating you, and then you will see your unconscious patterns playing itself out into the world, into the matrix. And I realized this even by, you know, just focusing on what I need to focus on. It's given me so much space to understand my dynamic and how I go into situations, um, as a direct response to the situations I experienced in childhood. And so now having the space, obviously we've had from this lockdown, and everybody's just really evaluating their lives, finding out actually these emotions are really coming up. I've never experienced these emotions before, because at a younger age, I didn't feel like it was safe to express that, or there wasn't space because there was so much going on at home, or we had to survive. We was in the first chakra energy, the base chakra, just in the survival mode, or the bottom part of Maslow's triangle. And so when you're surviving, you can't process, and and you can't access that power that comes when you are born, that comes into incarnation when you are born, because so much stuff is being put on top of you, even psychically, unconsciously, or unconsciously. So you're carrying this stuff. And it's a wonder when people have space that they freak out, or you get people tending to have meltdowns or depressions, because what it is the space to come, all those feelings finally feel safe enough to come up. So be kind to yourself, knowing that you're going through this journey, but also put yourself in the space where you can have that support. And that's one thing, as working with creative women in their businesses, it's not just about the business, it's about what's going on, because a lot of women that are creative, or they're creating a creative business, it's a lot to do with their sacral and base chakra, obviously their heart, because that's the energy, it's their desire. But a lot of the stuff that fuels that creativity or blocks that creativity um, comes from the familial pattern childhood. And so the blocks that are stopping people to step in their power, for you to feel that power, is dynamics that everybody's trying to overcome, or you're trying to overcome. And so your creative business, or your business, is a vessel of how you express your gift and your power in this world. But often, to get there, we have to go through the emotional, the mental stuff, the spiritual stuff, the intergenerational stuff, because you cannot thrive if you're still walking alongside the trauma that created the circumstances in the first place. And therefore, the direct power, it's an inside job. It's an inside job. Abundance and creating wealth. Yes, you can create wealth without these things. You can. Most people have done it without the inquiry. They've gone to the other side, or they're just doing that. But if you really want to create a lifestyle, a thriving business, or a thriving lifestyle, because let's face it, some of us are in business to feed a lifestyle, and that's fine. Um, but if you want to thrive and enjoy it, then it's really important that take the road where you're healing and thriving at the same time, where you're allowing yourself to let go all of what doesn't serve you. And so I want to invite you to kind of consider, where is the space that you're getting, you know, to allow, not trauma, we don't want to go back into that space, but just to allow things that need to be let go of. How are you showing up for yourself and giving yourself that space? And how are you getting help to do that? Because that's really important. It's about the help. And it's about having the right guides and the right people, or the right mentors, or the right role models. We can't do this without this. Well, some of us can, actually. Could go to certain spaces. Um, but how about, let's get this thing rolling, and you giving yourself that space and time you deserve. So if you have any queries or information you want to discuss, or any insights about these, just drop me a DM. Um, or if you want to book a discovery call, you can book a discovery call to see how my program can help you. Aside of that, I want you to just take some time to really question yourself and say to yourself, are you giving yourself the time you need? And is these dynamics, so the victim, the rescuer, the persecutor, are they showing up in your life on a consistent basis? If they are, what are you going to do about it? I really feel like, though, the energy has shifted. Something has shifted in the universe. I don't know if you can feel this as well, but let me know if you can. I really think we've gone from amber to green. See what I did there?